Hello. So in this module, we will solve certain example problems on torsion of thin wall closed cross-section shaft so as to assimilate the theory that we have studied in the earlier lecture better. So the first example is where we have two uh, shaft or tubes having annular cross section, but in one of the tube there is a lengthwise slit whereas the other tube is completely closed. Okay, so so you have solved the problem for a slit annular tube in the class test. So here the problem is just extended, and we have to compare the torsion behavior of uh, of an annular tube with a slit with that of an annular tube without any slit. Okay, so now the problem is stated that both the tubes have a mean diameter of d and a thickness of t, uniform thickness t, and d is equal to 16t. So d is equal to 16t, right? And both the tubes are subjected to same torque. Okay, and so we have to find out the ratio of the twist and the ratio of the maximum cross section shear stress. So let us start with finding out the maximum stresses and the angle of twist, or the rate of angle of twist for the annular cross section with a slit, because that's the easier thing to do. Okay, so let us try to find it out. So for the slitted annular section, right? So the applied torque is same for both the tube. So we have to find out both the parameter, that is the rate of twist and the maximum shear stress, in terms of the applied torque mt. Only then we can compare the two cases. Okay, so let us talk about the applied torque. Let us call that the applied torque is mt, which for an annular section with a slit, it is going to be the length of the circumferential length, which is pi d, into g, of course, into t cube by 3 into theta. Okay, so let us put the subscript s to denote that this is the angle of twist, rate of angle of twist for the slitted cross section. So from this we can find out that theta s is going to be 3 mt by pi d g into t cube, which is going to be 3 mt by 16 g into t4. Okay, so now let us try to find out so this is one thing that I have got. I have got theta for the slitted cross section to be of this one. Then let us try to find out the maximum shear stress. So let me call this as tau s, s standing for slitted cross section. So tau s I know is going to be g theta t, but we have to write theta s t. So but we have to write it in terms of mt, that is applied torque. So I write this as 3 mt by 16 pi t cube. Right, so this is the maximum shear stress for the slitted cross section, both in terms of the applied torque mt. Now let us move into the, so this is the known part, we already know how to do it. Now let us do it for the closed cross section shaft. Okay, so for the closed cross section shaft, the applied torque mt can be written as 2ah, where A is the mean area enclosed by the cross section in the xy plane, h is the depth of the deformation of the analogous membrane. Okay, so now this can further be, h is 2a, h is nothing but the torque T into the thickness T. So I'm not writing the torque as a function of S because it is a uniform thickness section, and therefore the torque is going to be constant throughout the section. Now let us see that mt, so let me write this tau as Tc, where C stands for closed cross section. So therefore we can write tau C as mt by 2a t, which is going to be mt by 2. A is the mean area, so that is going to be pi by 4 d square into t. So let me just simplify this and write. So this cancels out, so I have 2mt by pi, t square is 16 square into t square into t. So that is going to be 2mt by 256 pi t cube. Okay, so this in a simplified form is mt by 128 pi t cube. Okay, so so my tau C, maximum shear stress, okay, is going to be tau C. So though we are calling it a maximum shear stress, but you should realize that this is the single value of the shear stress. So the entire cross section has a constant stress throughout, and that is given by tau C, which is mt by 128 pi by t. So this is 1. So now we have to find out the next part, that is the rate of twist. So to find out the rate of twist angle, so we have to use the Bred-Bethel theorem, which states that tau ds is going to be 2GA into theta. Let me put the subscript C so as to denote the theta for the closed cross section. Okay, so now we know tau is constant because it's an uniform cross section shaft. Therefore, this integral can actually be written as, this integral can actually be written as tau c. ds is the total circumferential area, which is going to be pi into d, circumferential length, and that is 2g a theta c. Okay, so this can, in place of tau c, I have to express in terms of the applied torque. So I say this as mt by 128 pi t cube into pi into 16t is equal to 2g. The area is pi by 4 into d square into theta c. So let me just try to cancel out certain terms. So pi goes away with this, t goes away with this, 16 goes away with this, and left with 8 here. So 2 goes away with this and left with c. So I can further simplify and write this as mt by 8 t square is going to be g pi by 2 16 whole square into t square into theta c. Okay, so that is going to give me theta c as, let me cancel this out, as 4. So that should be giving me theta c as mt by 1024 into pi into g into t to the power 4. Is this correct? I hope this is correct. So I get theta c as mt by 1024. So this is the rate of angle of twist for a closed angular cross-section shaft. Now let us try to find out the ratio. Okay, so the ratio of maximum shear stress. So tau slit by tau c. So tau slit was 3 mt by 16 pi t cube, whereas tau c is given as 128 pi t cube by mt. So everything cancels out and the answer is going to be 38. So the answer is 24. This is the answer. Okay, now let us try to find out the ratio of the rate of angular. The rate of angle of twist can as well, it's going to be the same as theta. So rate of twist angle is also what we can write. Okay, and that let us write it as theta s by theta c. So theta s in terms of mt is going to be 3 mt by 16 pi g t4, whereas theta c is 1024 pi g T4 by nt. And if we try to find out this ratio, it is going to come out as 190. So this is the answer. Okay, so the ratio of the maximum shear stress is going to be 24. That is the maximum for the everything remaining same. The maximum shear stress produced in a open cross section shaft compared to the very similar closed cross section shaft is 24 times, and so is the angle of twist, which even go higher and becomes 122 times of the angle of twist for a closed cross section shaft. Okay, so this example was carefully chosen to show the importance of having a closed cross-section shaft where possible. So there are certain cases where you cannot have a closed cross-section beam or shaft, but wherever possible you can see what is the, you can see in a very emphasized way that how much difference does it makes when it becomes a closed cross section and when it becomes a open cross section. Probably from intuition you can also visualize, if you can think of an annular tube with a slit, lengthwise slit, it's much more easier to produce achieve a large angle of twist with the same torsion or torsional moment or torque as compared to a closed cross section tube. Okay, so with this we will move into the next example. Okay, so this is pardon my drawing, I'm really bad with drawing and more with this stylus. So anyway, so this is a doubly symmetric rectangular cross section. So the two edges, the two arms are of thickness t, while the other two are of thickness 2t. Okay, this is a closed cross section. One edge length is 3a, the other is a, the midline length. Okay, so what we have to do is we have to find out the torsional rigidity of the cross section. So this is a rather easier problem, not a very lengthy problem. So applied torque, using the membrane analogy, the applied torque mt can be written as twice the volume 2a into h. Okay, so which can be written as 2a tau s into ts. Okay, so a is the mean area in the xy plane. So 2 into a into 3 into tau s into ts. So that gives me 6a square tau s ts. Okay, so this is the volume. I don't remember now whether I said missing this. This is 2 into the volume enclosed by the deformant. Okay, so now this is the first equation that I have got. Then I'm going to use the Bragg-Petro theorem and write tau ds is going to be 2ga theta. Okay, which is, I will express tau in terms of mt. So which is going to be mt by 6a square ds by ts, and that is going to be 2g. So it is going to be 2g. Okay, and then a is going to be the area, so that is 3a square into theta. Okay, so that is going to give me mt by 36a4. Okay, and now what is ds by ts? If I try to write this, it is going to be a by t plus 3a by 2t plus a by t plus 3a by 2t, and that is going to be g theta. So this is my equation 2. So let me just simplify equation 2 and write this as mt by 36a to the power 4 into 2a by t plus 6a by 2t, and that is going to be g theta. So this was my equation 2. So that is going to give me 3, so 5 mt by 36 aq t is going to be g theta. Therefore, torsional rigidity for this cross section is going to be G into J. So MT is equal to GJ. So theta is going to be, GJ is going to be G36 AQT by 5. So that is the torsional rigidity. Okay. So this is the answer that I wanted. Okay. So with this we will end this module, and we will move into a new topic in the next class. Thank you.